Are you taking your driving test in Merthyr Tydfil? If you are, this video is for you. We're going to be following SatNav on an app called Route Buddy, and the route is going to take us along various roads going from 20 to 30 to 40 to 70 mile an hour roads. There is going to be dual carriageways, and I'm going to be talking about overtaking on the dual carriageways. There's going to be spiral roundabouts where a lot of learners panic about what they should be doing on spiral roundabouts. There's going to be a lot of downhill driving as well, so a lot of control with the brake pedal and the lower gears to give us engine braking. The route is going to take approximately 35 minutes, and it's going to be going up, we'll call it the Prince Charles route via dual carriageway. So I will talk about the sponsor a little bit later on in the video, and if you are interested in downloading the app, then we will talk about it a little bit later on. So the driving test centre is just behind me on the right hand side, and we're going to be following the sat-nav. I have turned the sound off because sound annoys me on the sat-nav, so I will be following the sat-nav screen. So just going to move away, make sure everything's all safe. As you come out to the driving test centre, you're on a 30 mile an hour road straight away. And just up ahead now, I'm going to be turning left. So it's just after these couple of parked cars. So mirrors, signal, position, speed, and look to see if I can go in. And as I come out of this junction or into the junction, I'm going to be turning left at the end of the road. Straight away, you can see this 40 mile an hour sign. So mirrors, signals, position, checking to my right, check my left, check my right again. So I'm on a 40 mile an hour road, and I can see there's a bus up ahead. So there's pointless speeding up too much. Now, the app which I'm using is called Route Buddy, and Route Buddy is designed to give you routes in the area which will get you on familiar roads where the driving test will actually be taken. It's not necessarily a complete test route, but it will get you familiar with the areas and where the examiners may take you. But a little bit more from the sponsor a little bit later on. Going into a 30 mile an hour zone. So I'm going to put into third. And I'm just going to follow the sat-nav now. And up ahead, I know I've got a roundabout coming, and it's telling me that I have to take the first exit to the left. So nothing to worry about too much here at the moment. Traffic's moving freely. I'm doing 26 in a 30 mile an hour zone. So I can see the roundabout board up ahead. So I'm going to start checking my mirrors now, just so I'm familiar with what's around me. And I'm going to go rear and left mirrors again. Left signal. Changing my gear. And I need to come to a stop, so I'll pick first gear. And I can see now these 40 mile an hour signs as I enter the roundabouts. Mirrors, just to make sure it's safe again. Check my right, check my left, check my right, and it's clear to go. Signal goes back on because it cancelled. I'm going to check my right mirror here and go straight into position to go around the bus. And then my left mirror just to come back in a little bit. It's a 40 mile an hour zone. I can see there's pedestrians up on the left hand side, but it looks like they're just waiting for the bus to turn up. So I'm not too worried about them. And I can see there's pedestrians up on the right hand side, which I don't think they're going to cause you many issues either. Traffic light up ahead for a pedestrian crossing, so I'm checking behind just in case somebody has pressed the button. Doesn't look like anyone's pressed the button. So I'm going for fourth gear, and I got a roundabout coming up, and this one's telling me that I've got a bay to the left. So it's straight ahead. So mirrors, no signal, just position, and it's straight ahead. Rear and left mirrors to come off, left signal. And I can see now I'm going into a 20-mile-an-hour zone, so I'm not going to speed up. I've got 22 already, so I'm just going to ease off the gas pedal a little bit. Now we're on Pentrabach Road at the moment, and I can see here a potential for pulling up on the left-hand side. I think it's a little bit too busy for pulling up on the right and reversing, so there could be an option here for pulling up on the left. And as you can see, there's a meeting situation here. I'm assuming the BMW, I think it's a BMW, might be a Honda coming towards me. They're actually turning. There's a Honda. So although I had priority to come through because my lane was clear then, because this vehicle's coming towards me, I've got to wait for them. I've got to wait for them to get back on their side of the road so my path is clear. So now we're in Plymouth Street, and I can see there's a roundabout coming up in half a mile. Just easing off the gas pedal here a little bit, check my mirror. I can get through with this mini. Right mirror to come back out a little bit, so I'm just sitting on top of the white line. Now check my left mirror to come back in. Now the pedestrian crossing, nobody's pressed the button. And the roundabout now is coming up in 0.3 of a mile. So nothing much going on here. Would they ask you to pull over on the left there? Maybe, but there is a bit of a bend in the road, so maybe they won't. And I've got the board now for the roundabout, so I'm going to be taking the first exit to the left. So I'm doing my mirrors, my signal, gentle brake for the vehicles behind, checking my right, checking my exit, checking my right, so it's all good to go. Now I'm going into a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Checking behind and checking right, make sure nothing's overtaking me. Then I got another roundabout where I'm going to be taking the second exit straight ahead. So I've got 25 mile an hour because I'm coming down the hill now and towards the roundabout. I'm not going to change the gear. Checking my right, checking my exit, checking my right, rear, left mirrors, left signal. Checking my right mirror, make sure nothing's overtaking me, and I'm trying to get up to the speed limit. Another roundabout coming up, and we're going to be turning right. And it's the third exit, so rear, right mirrors, right signal. I did have a question the other day on when you're turning right on a roundabout onto a dual carriageway, which is what we're doing. If you're forced to come off in the right lane, what do you do? So if you're forced into the right-hand lane, because the vehicle's now coming from here, are keeping you out into that lane, you come off in the right lane, you build your speed, and then you come back in when it's safe. Now, if somebody is coming up the left-hand side here, and you are getting up to speed, the safest thing to do is just ease off your gas pedal, let that vehicle go, and then come back in after them. So I'm up to 50 mile an hour at the moment on a 70 mile an hour road. So check my mirrors. signal, checking again, cancelling the signal. And driving examiners will expect you to get up to speed where possible, and they will expect you to overtake if it's safe to do so. So I can see there's a warning sign up ahead now for a roundabout, so I'm just easing off the gas a little bit. Don't be coming in too slow, and I'm going to be going right. So I'm going to check my mirrors. It is safe to change lanes, and now I've got my countdown markers for 3, 2, 1 to give me a distance to that roundabout. Before we carry out the next part of the video, I'd just like a quick shout out to our sponsor today, Route Buddy, which supplies driving test routes for all around the country. One of the biggest issues when learning how to drive is filling those gaps and practice on roads where you may have to go on your driving test. So Route Buddy has been designed to give you the best possible chance of learning in between driving lessons and while you're on personal practice. When you use the app, all you need to do is select your driving test centre and select the route which you'd like to practice on. Route Buddy will give you turn-by-turn directions throughout the route. If the route has to be changed, then Route Buddy will do it for you. If there is unexpected roadworks on roads or road closures, just turn off the route and Route Buddy will change the route for you, getting you back on track as quick as it can. I genuinely think that if you are learning to drive and you get into test standard, Route Buddy will help you practice in your area on roads where the examiners are likely to take you. All you need to do is select the driving test centre where you're taking your driving test, and it'll give you multiple routes for you to practice on. So if you're looking for an app which will help you with your driving lesson practice or just general driving practice, then Route Buddy is for you. So I'm taking a third exit to the right. So rear, right mirrors again, gentle braking, signalling, bringing my speed down because it's telling me 30 mile an hour and I got to deal with a roundabout. So picking second gear, and I'm going to roll out straight after this white car. This is a spiral roundabout and it's going to push me out as I'm going around. So I'm just going to follow my lane. This is exit number 2. So rear view mirror, left signal. And come off in a left lane. Another roundabout straight ahead. So rear and left mirrors, gentle braking to come down the hill. Staying to the left-hand side all the way around the roundabout. Mirrors and signals to come off. And this is a 30 zone, so just change it into third gear and I've just come off the gas pedal. The car's picking up speed nicely. And I can see there's another notice board coming up now for another intersection, and I'm going to be turning left. And as I'm getting a bit closer, I can see there's traffic lights. So I'm going to check my rear and left mirrors because I'm in the left-hand lane. I'm gentle braking as I'm coming down the hill. And we're on Swansea Road at the moment. I'm not going to signal yet. I'm going to wait to start moving again before I put the signals on. So mirrors, signals. Just going to follow the road. Just check my right just in case there's anyone jumping a red light or emergency vehicles coming. And because of the lorry up ahead, I'm going straight to a right position. So I've checked my right mirror to come out towards a white line. This vehicle's going to stop because there's something coming, but it looks like they've let him go. I'm going to wait because it's not my priority. But they flash in, so right check to make sure it's safe. Thank you for letting me through. I'm just following this road around. And so far on this route, is actually pretty accurate for a driving test route. And at the top of the hill, there's a mini roundabout where I'm going to be turning left. So because I'm going up the hill and I'm going around a bend, I'm just checking behind, make sure I know it's there. I can see the roundabouts now, so I'm going to do mirrors, signal after this junction. Check my right, check my left, checking right, it's all good to go. And I'm going back into a 30 zone, so I'm checking the rear and my right mirrors. Picking my speed up gradually. There's no need to try and get straight up to speed. Make sure that everything's all gradual, so it's a nice comfortable drive. And we're on Brecon Road at the moment. And I can see by the sat nav now that there's a right turn coming up. So I'm checking my mirrors already. Now I can see there's hatch markings on the floor, so there's going to be a box for me to get into. So mirrors, signals, gentle braking to bring my speed down. As I come in, I'm going to pick second gear, straighten the car up, make sure my exit's clear. There is a pedestrian crossing with a light on. So I'm going to pick first gear as I come in. And now I got a green light. And if you ever miss speed signs, just look for repeaters on the lampposts, which is a good little tip. Just hold your speed back if you're not 100% sure, and then start to pick it up or slow it down once you see the actual repeater signs. Roundabout coming up, taking a third exit to the right. So mirrors, signals, picking second gear before I get to the roundabout, checking my right, nothing coming, exit's clear, checking my right. As I go past this turning, mirrors, signals. 20 zone. I'm going to leave it in second gear. I'm not going to go for third on a steep hill like this. If I go for third, it's going to just force me back down the gears. Now I've got parked vehicles on my left, which is going to restrict my view a little bit. So I'm just going to check my right mirror. Just come out just a little bit so I can see around the bend just a little bit further. Checking again. So we've got the Prince Charles Hospital on the left-hand side. And we're on Gurnos Road. This road feels like you should be doing at least 30 mile an hour, but the speed limit is 20. We're in Wales, so speed limits, the default speed limit is 20 mile an hour when you've got street lights with no speed signs. Just going to jump on the left mirror, just come over a little bit for this red car coming towards me. And then check my right to come back out a little bit. This silver car will pull in a little bit for me here because they had space to get back into. Another roundabout coming up. And as you can see, this route so far has got a lot of roundabouts in it. We're going straight ahead, second exit. So rear and left mirrors, gentle brake from back here. Yellow car coming round, so I'm going to pick first gear. Silver car coming round, so it's clear there. Exit's clear. Rear, left mirrors, left signal. Got a happy face on the speed sign just to say that I'm doing just below the speed limit. And as I'm coming through here, I'm just checking my rear view mirror and my left and right when I'm coming in and out. So the sat nav at the moment is saying it's a 20 mile an hour zone. The car is saying it's 30 mile an hour zone. you need to make sure that you're checking road signs to make sure that you are doing the correct speed. Don't guess. Check just before junctions, just after junctions, whenever you turn, whenever you join an intersection of any kind, just to make sure that you know what the speed limits are. And this hill is actually quite steep. The car just wants to pick up speed here, so I'm controlling all this with second gear and the brake pedal. And I've had comments in the past asking, why don't I go for third gear when I'm in a 20 zone? If I was to go into third gear, the car's going to want to pull me a lot faster. So I'll be pressing the brake a lot harder. By using a lower gear, I've got engine braking as well. So just checking my mirrors continuously here. I can feel the car, as soon as I ease off the brake pedal a little bit, I can feel the car wants to pull. So I'm just controlling it all the way through here with the brakes. At the end of this road, I'm going to be turning right. So mirrors, signals. Just firming up the brake pedal a little bit so I can pick first gear. And it's quite blind to the right and the left on this junction. So I'm going to make sure it's 100%, make sure 100% that it is clear before I actually pull out. Now the road started to, the incline is a lot less now, so I'm hovering over the gas pedal here, but I'm not actually pressing it. So I can see parked vehicles, so I can check my rear and my right mirror, start to drift out. And then I got another roundabout where I'm going to be turning right, so rear, right mirrors, holding a right position, just give it a little bit extra brake there. Mirrors signals to come off the mini roundabout. Is this man going for the zebra? No, he's not. So this route so far is actually pretty, it is a good route to actually practice. It's taken us quite a way around Merthyr. Sat-nav saying I'm going to be going left up ahead. The road markings are saying left for left only. And I'm going back into a 30 zone. So mirrors, signals. This is bringing me back towards the town centre. Now the buildings on the left hand side is where the test centre used to be years ago. I'm going straight ahead because I'm going to use the left lane because I can use both lanes to go straight ahead. Checking my right. I'm not going to signal here because I'm going into a one-way system and I don't want people to think that I'm going to be turning left at this junction here. Now I've got to come around the bus lane. Check my right mirror because I can see deviation arrows on the floor, which I don't want people coming around me, so I'm just making sure that everything's all safe. If something is overtaking you, then you have to slow it down to let them back in. And I'm going to be going straight ahead here as well, so I need to get back into the left lane. The right lane's going to just veer off to the right. So mirrors, I'm going to drift back in. I'm not going to signal because of the junction. And I'm just going to tap my left signal because I'm crossing over a white line on the floor. But what I will say with this route so far is that you need to control your speed, because it's easy to go above the speed limit if you're not constantly checking it. Gentle brake, I need to wait for this man to get on the other side of the road. And roundabout going straight ahead. This is off to the right, so I'm going to check my right mirror. And the road markings are very, very faint. Left is for left only. So as I go in, I'm going to check my mirrors and my signals to come out. And everything's all good at the moment. So this is the road where I actually started. So I'm heading back to the driving test centre now. So you can see vehicles up ahead braking. It's probably to do with the HGV, because that vehicle is going to need a little bit more space than a car. So I'm just going to bring my speed down and keep a nice space between me and the BMW in front. I can see the lorry braking. There is actually a couple of cars in front of it as well. But when you're traveling in traffic like this, try and keep a nice space. Now I can anticipate that the lights might change. I can't stop on top of the crossing. But even though the lights didn't change, she crossed the road. Now you have to wait for the traffic light. And this is a puffing crossing. The lights are changing, checking all my mirrors. Whenever you've stopped in the road like that, always make sure that before you move away, you check your side mirrors in case there's any cyclists or anything going past you, or motorbikes, or somebody who's been impatient and just trying to get around you. Just going to check my left mirror. I'm just going to give these vehicles coming towards me a little bit more space. But as you can see, by giving yourself just that little bit extra thinking time, you're able to plan things better. You're able to react to things a lot quicker. Just got to wait. There's no need to rush these situations. When this happens, if you're on driving test, just breathe, just relax. Try and work out what's happening up ahead. Make sure you're aware of what's behind you. So parked vehicles, I'm checking my right mirror, just going to drift out slowly. And then I'm just going to come back in a little bit. So the lorry's waiting to get around a skip lorry at the moment. As you can see, there's no rush, there's no panic. You're heading back to the driving test centre. This is more likely where the nerves are starting to kick in. If you think you've had a real good drive, this is probably where the nerves are going to start kicking in now, because you're not actually driving and you're going to start panicking and thinking, I've got to get going again. Just take your time, relax, and move when it's safe to move. So the lorry's starting to move now. So I'm just checking my 3 mirrors again. It's actually stopped again. If you notice, as soon as the vehicle in front moved, I didn't just follow it. I'm just taking my time and giving myself space to think. Because it's moving very slow. I keep checking my left and right mirrors. I need to wait behind this lorry, so I'm waiting tight to the white line now, so my position is actually saying that I want to go around something. If I pull in too far to the left, it looks like I might be parking. And another thing which a lot of learners panic about is actually stopping in a bus stop. If you need to stop in a bus stop, it's fine. It's a bus lane you can't go into unless there's road signs to tell you that you can. So checking my mirrors again. So bus stops have a broken line around them. There's a yellow broken line. So if it's broken, you're allowed to drive through it. You're allowed to stop in it if you need to. You just can't park in there. Roundabout up ahead, going straight ahead. So I've done my mirrors, drifting into position, gentle brake, picking second gear. Checking my right, check my exit, checking my right. It's always good to give yourself an extra check just in case something appears from nowhere. Mirrors, signals to come off a roundabout. And I can start to build my speed back up now. So I'm doing 30 in a 40 zone. I'm in third gear. So now I'm going to take it up to 35. Then I'm going to go for fourth. Nobody's pressed the button on the pedestrian crossing. So it's safe to proceed. So I'm back on Merthyr Road. And there's a roundabout coming up ahead. So I'm already starting to check my mirrors so I know what's around me. So I'm going right, so rear, right mirrors. Right mirror again, right signal, braking. Because there's a few vehicles coming from the right, I'm going to slow down and pick second gear. My exit is clear. And I'm going to go. Signal goes back on because it cancelled. Staying as close to the roundabout as I can without hitting it. Mirrors, signals. And a good way to gauge the space between you and the roundabout is by putting your driver's door mirror just on the curb line of the roundabout. Try and keep the mirror on there. If the mirror goes into the road, you're starting to drift to the left. If it goes on top of the roundabout, then you're getting too close to it. So just try and keep your right door mirror on top of the curb as you go around the roundabout. So I'm limited now to the speed I can do because of the vehicle in front. Sat nav's actually saying 40 mile an hour, but it's a 30 mile an hour zone. So always be aware. It's just changed now. But be aware the sat nav can get it wrong from time to time. It doesn't matter what sat nav you're using. Going into a 40 zone, checking behind, checking right. Starting to pick my speed up a little bit because the vehicle in front is starting to pick it up as well. And then I'm going to be taking the next right back towards the driving test centre. So I can see the hatch markings, so rear, right mirrors. I'm going to signal, gentle brake on this lane, firmer brake as I come in so I can pick my gear. And ideally I want this lorry gone by the time I get there. The exit is clear as long as the lorry doesn't stop, but now I've got a vehicle coming towards me. Back into a 30 zone. And I'm going to be going right at the end of the road. So rear, right mirrors, right signal. Because of all the parked cars around the junction, I'm going to pick the first gear. And I'm going to creep. Safe to go, so I continue. So the driving test centre is just up on the left-hand side. So I hope this video has given you an indication of what type of roads you could be covering while you're on your test up in Merthyr. And if you are looking for an app to give yourself a little bit of help learning the roads in the areas, then Route Buddy is the one for you, and I'll put a link down in the description so you can download it. So appreciate you watching as usual. Give us a like, give us a share this video with somebody who you know is taking a driving test, whether it's in Merthyr Tydfil or anywhere else. It's worth a share so people can learn what they need to do and how to deal with things. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.